Hello everyone, and welcome back to the DAC Recap, the show where we recap all things Drexel and Philadelphia sports. As always, I am your host, Luciano Duffy. Make sure you like and subscribe below. Now, let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eagle has landed. What Eagle is that, you may be wondering? Newly hired Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni has officially landed in Philadelphia to take over Doug Peterson's old team. Sirianni started his NFL career with the Kansas City Chiefs back in 2009. There, he filled multiple roles over multiple years, working mostly with quarterbacks and wide receivers. Next, he moved out west to the then named San Diego Chargers. Once again, he bounced around multiple positions, but ultimately worked primarily with the wide receivers and quarterbacks. His last stop was in Indianapolis, where he worked as the offensive coordinator under former Eagles offensive coordinator Frank Reich. At 39 years old, Sirianni brings a new, young energy to the building. He becomes the first Italian-American Eagles head coach. South Philly, stand up! Philadelphia has a new Italian stallion in town. His past work with wide receivers and quarterbacks bodes well for the Eagles, as these two positions are the Eagles' biggest weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball. Reports also indicate that Sirianni is a player's coach. However, he won't baby any players. Watch out, Carson Wentz. Maybe you won't get an extra scoop of ice cream after practice. Sirianni's biggest flaw is that he's never called plays before. Sirianni decided to employ Jonathan Gannon and Shane Steichen to be his defense and offensive coordinators. Gannon met Sirianni in Indianapolis, as he was the defensive backs coach there since 2018. He has also spent time with the Falcons, Titans, and Vikings coaching staffs. With all of these Italian Colts coaches coming to the Eagles, the real question becomes, should the Eagles straight up rename themselves the Italian Colts? Or maybe, even better yet, they become the Indianapolis Spaghetti and Meatballs. How about that for a team name? Steichen, on the other hand, met Sirianni when the two of them coached in San Diego. Steichen spent 8 out of his 9 years in the NFL with the Chargers, where he was able to climb up the ladder from QB coach all the way up to offensive coordinator. Be on the lookout for any Colts or Chargers free agents and trades coming to the Eagles in the near future. Who do you think the Eagles are going to sign in free agency? Down at the Wells Fargo, the Sixers have been on fire so far in this young season. Thanks to a monster start from center Joel Embiid, the Sixers have the best record in the East at 12-5. So far, Embiid is averaging 27.7 points and 11.5 rebounds, which is good enough for 5th and 7th in the league, respectively. With 2 40-point games over the last 2 weeks, Embiid has been playing some of the best basketball of his career and clearly cementing himself into the MVP conversation. MVB'd 2021, anyone? Guard Danny Green and center Dwight Howard came to the Sixers with some new hardware, as they both won rings last year with the Lakers. The Sixers were also able to acquire Seth Curry from the Dallas Mavericks, and he has been deadly from downtown, leading the league in three-point percentage, shooting 56% from behind the arc. Now that the trade rumors around Ben Simmons are over, he can continue to ball out for the Sixers and hopefully bring the team a Larry O'Brien trophy for the first time since 1983. Staying in the Wells Fargo Center, the Flyers have also been hot to start the season. They swept their cross-state rivals, the Penguins, to start the year. They have since cooled off, but still hold third place in the East at a 3-2-1 record. Fingers are being pointed in lots of different directions following the Flyers' 2-game losing skid. Media and fans are questioning the forward depth, defensive flaws, and inconsistent goalie play. The Flyers are visibly frustrated as post-game antics have become childish. Players are fighting with the goals with sticks after games and arguing with reporters in press conferences. Hopefully, the Flyers can get back on track as they have multiple matchups with the New Jersey Devils and New York Islanders, two historically bad hockey teams. In the meantime, Flyers fans can enjoy this fan-made female version of Girtty. How about that for a costume? The Phillies have added pitching help. I repeat, the Phillies have added pitching help. While it's just one pitcher on a 1-year deal, this is a huge step in the right direction. The man they signed is Archie Bradley. This $6 million deal doesn't break the bank and adds some much-needed pitching to the Phillies' rotation. Bradley has spent the majority of his 5-year career on the Arizona Diamondbacks, with little time spent on the Cincinnati Reds towards the end of 2020. Bradley was excellent down the stretch for the Reds and has experience pitching in a variety of roles out of the bullpen. He posted a 2.95 ERA and a 2-0 record before getting non-tendered. Now, let's hope the Phillies grab some more bullpen help and find a way to bring back JT Realmuto. Hold up. Another breaking news report. JT Realmuto has signed with the Phillies. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been covering the Phillies since last year, and this move is the biggest move the Phillies have made. Welcome home, JT Realmuto. We're lucky to have you for the next 5 years. Drexel's men's and women's basketball teams were the only two sports to start back up this winter season. Both teams have gone off to great starts, as the boys team sits at 7-5, while the girls team sits at 7-4. Both teams will be playing Northeastern this weekend in the Battle of the Co-ops. Let's go Dragons. That's all for the DAC Recap this week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram. Tune in next week for another recap.